We're still healing from that, Liz. That was certainly a moment that's just etched in my spirit, in my mind, and along with all the other members of the fire department. That was quite a moment on that Wednesday evening when that occurred to us, and we certainly won't ever forget that. And it's been a trying time for us. Really has. That was difficult because it was one of our own, and not just one of our own, but a personal friend of mine. Randy was just really a good person and a nice person to be around, and we certainly do miss Lieutenant Parker, his presence and his leadership being around us.
I know you've been through extensive investigations and interviews, and do you think that there was anything that could have been done differently, or do you think that everything was just followed as normal procedure?
I think after what we've gone through, and we certainly did, look at ourselves to see if there's something that we could have done differently on that evening. I think the commander was certainly fully aware of the environment, what was going on. The fire officers that were there were just really aware and keen and on top of everything that had gone on. They'd been there for over an hour when this incident occurred, and it was just one of those situational circumstances that was just hidden. It did not present itself. There was nothing that presented itself that gave them any type of clue that there was something else that was imminent that was going on at that time. And by the time that we did see that, our systems, which was activated, the code red system was activated, which is great protocol. It worked, but when there was the crew that was ready to breach that floor before it could be breached in a controlled manner, it gave way. And I don't see, from what I saw, any way that they even knew it, felt anything that was going on with that, because they were certainly in tune to that situation and that structure. And from our vantage point, I don't see that there was a flaw in what took place as far as operations was concerned. And but we know that what we do on a day-to-day basis, is a very dangerous, hazardous job that we do. And we have to just always be vigilant to that, and we ask and we train hard, and we go to classes, and we try and stay abreast of the newest and the best techniques for mitigating fires and emergencies. And I think those things were executed that day.
Is there anything you think that the department is learning from this experience?
Well, it takes it back up to another notch. As you know, from 9/11, it just changed the perspective of doing business. Do we do things different since 9/11? Do we look around? Our environments? Do we view those things differently since that point? These types of situations certainly makes us more aware. We are very in tune to operating under the NIMS, the National Incident Management System. Groups stay together, teams stay together. I was just listening the other morning when we was on structure fires the other night, and they was getting the PAR levels, which means that are the teams together? Who do you have with you, and where exactly are you? And making sure that everyone's accounted for. And these reports was being done about every 15 minutes. The safety officers was being done this, and I'm not so sure that prior to a year ago, were we doing them as frequent? We were doing them, but the frequency factor, were we doing them? I think we're more in tune to that now. That means a lot, because we know that people are outside of my line of sight. I don't see them. I know I know where they generally are, but I need to know. Someone needs to tell me, and I'll tell the incident commander exactly what's going on, where they are, who do you have with you, and everybody's accounted for. So we can make adjustments on the increments of that acknowledgments are much closer.
And what are the plans to honor Lieutenant Parker and the others who have died in the line of duty?
Well, we've been, one of the things that came out of this, I wanted to do a memorial here at our office here, at our administrative office, where is everybody's building, but want to do that memorial wall, and we've gotten with an architect and some contractors to put this together, and it's coming to fruition. I was hoping it'd be done by tomorrow, but I don't know that it's going to be done. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. We're well on our way, but it's not going to be done. So we are going to have a memorial wall for all those members that have lost their lives in the line of duty. There has been 11 firefighters since the department's inception, in 1789. So it's been a long time, but that wall is going to be there for families and friends for perpetuity as we go forward. And certainly we were able to do our pin, the memorial pin that we have now that we're wearing, and it's in honor of all 11. And that pin has the 11 on it. That represents all those who have gone, and includes the 11th being Lieutenant Parker.